I think the goal of this trip has been twofold. I think the first part was, what is a collaboration between two Wesley foundations that are totally different? To come together and see what does it look like when you're really working as two different groups but on the same mission.
The goal of this trip isn't to eliminate racism. We're not going to just eradicate it from the human condition or from our societies. But what we are hoping to do is to model for our students and our young adults a way of being less racist, of learning how to talk about being less racist, not just being less racist, but being anti-racist, to be actively working against these forces that alienate and separate us from one another.
I knew the people that I came with, but I didn't really know the people that I came with, you know? And then the UCO group, I really didn't know those people. And so just being here and seeing how we've all been able to connect and work well together, it's just God works, you know?
I'm getting to know not only like the Langston students better, but the UCO students better. And that's been really interesting for me to like kind of be on the same level with both of them as relational goes. So it's really cool to get to like share those experiences.
Coming into this, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what they were gonna be like. I didn't know what it was gonna be like to travel with the other UCO group.
It's been a lot of shock factor for some of the students. I think we get so used to hearing about the struggles we have at home. When we get to new locations, it kind of awakens us. When we get desensitized at home because we hear about it all the time. So when you see it in a new area, it opens your eyes. So what I think will happen is they'll get back home and they'll be like, oh shoot, this is where we're at.
When we're just living our day-to-day lives, there's so much that, you know, you just look straight in front of you and you don't see everything. And to come to a big city where you can literally see what's going on, it's eye-opening.
I think boundaries has been a big theme of this week. We talk about boundaries as being things that restrict certain people and limit them. What so far we've done in some of our scripture readings we've talked a lot about how Jesus has crossed those boundaries, but not only making the decisions for everybody, Jesus would cross the boundaries and then try to pull the next person that he crossed for to come back and take another step.
We are so grateful to Young People's Ministries, Board of Higher Education, Church Society, the Peace and Justice Committee. We want to say thank you to Edmund First, Quail, UCO Wesley Board and donors, the Langston Board and donors, everyone that's donating money and support and prayers to this trip. One of the main obstacles to having these life-changing moments is accessibility, and largely financial accessibility. And so we raised all this money so that these students wouldn't have to pay a dime about it to go on this trip, so that this trip was completely free for them, so that they wouldn't have the burden of financial debt when they would return that would hinder them from engaging in this holy work. So thank you to everyone who's prayed for us, who's donated to us. This is going to become a yearly missional activity through the conference, and we're excited to see where it goes from here.